Good morning to all of you, and welcome to Shri Gurudev's beautiful ashram, Temple of Compassion. If in our monastic tradition, if any monk left her or his body, mortal body, so on the 16th day, we perform some special rituals and tribute to departed soul. So on this special occasion, as all you know that today is 16th day of our beloved Swami Shuddhatmanandaji. So we are performing some rituals, special master's worship, Guru Puja, and fire ceremony, and will tribute to our beloved Swamiji. Thank you. So let us begin our puja with blow the conch. Hari Om Shri Guru Hari Om. We pray to Lord Ganesha. Om Ganpati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamutashvastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanaspata Anaha Shunnunnoti Siddha Sadhanam. Om Shriman Mahaganadhipataye Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Gurudev Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now we lighting the lamp. Om Agnir Jyoti Jyotir Agni Swaha Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varcha Swaha Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varcha Swaha Jyotih Suryo Suryo Jyotih Swaha Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Deepasta Devataye Namaha. आवायामि पूजयामि सर्वोपचारार्थे गन्धक्षत पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि. Now we pray to lamp that we are beginning this worship. Till we end this worship, you have to hear, you are witness. Om Bodhipadeva Rupastvam Karma Sakshi Vignakrat Yavat Karma Samaptim Syat Tavat Tvam Sustiro Bhava. Now we invoke divinity all around us. Om Lakshmi Naranabhyam Namaha. Om Uma Maheshwarabhyam Namaha. ॐ वाणी हिरण्यगर्भाभ्यां नमः। ॐ शशि पुरन्दराभ्यां नमः। ॐ मातृपितृचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। ॐ कुलदेवताभ्यो नमः। ॐ इष्टदेवताभ्यो नमः। ॐ ग्रामदेवताभ्यो नमः। ॐ स्थानदेवताभ्यो नमः। ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः। ॐ सर्वाभ्यो देवीभ्यो नमः। ॐ सर्वेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो नमः। ॐ आदित्यादि नवग्रहेभ्यो नमः। ॐ सिद्धिबुद्धिसहिता श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः। We do the self purification. So on behalf of all, she is doing here. Om Ganga, Om Ganga, Om Ganga, Om Shuchihi, Om Shuchihi, Om Shuchihi, Om Pundarikaksha, Om Pundarikaksha, Om Pundarikaksha, Om Apavitra Pavitro Va, Sarvavastangatopi Va, Yat Smaret Pundarikaksham, Sabhayabhyantarah Shuchihi. So mentally we just think that this holy water purify our mind, heart and soul. Now we'll sip the holy water 3 times. Achmana. Om Atma Tattvaya Swaha. Om Vidya Tattvaya Swaha. Om Shiva Shakti Tattvaya Swaha. So let our body, mind and heart will purify. Now we'll do the purification of seat. So wherever you are sitting, just touch your left hand on the heart, right hand on the floor. Just you are on the chair, you can touch, no worry. Om Prithviti Mantrasya Meru Prashtaratihi Sutalam Chanda Kurmo Devata Asana Pavitrikarane Viniyogah. Om Rim Kamalasanaya Adhar Shaktaye Namaha. Om Brahmani Mandalaya Namaha. Om Prithvi Tvayadhrata Loka Devi Tam Vishnunadhrata Tam Chadhare Mam Devi Pavitram Kurucha Asanam. So we pray to Lord. Earth is mother, so we just pray, let purify this seat where we are sitting. Then purification of fingers, body parts. Then we do the pranayama, special breathing techniques. So I'm chanting mantras here. When I finish the mantra, so you all take a slow, long, deep inhalation, hold the breath on the top, and just think that all positive energies, divine energies are coming to us, coming to you. And slowly exhale, then think that all negative energies going from away from you. So that's Om Bhu, Om Bhuha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Tatsavitur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat, Om Apo Jyotir Samratam, Brahma Bhurvaswarom. Take a slow, long, deep inhalation. Breathe in, slow, long, deep. Hold. Think that all divine energy positive energy is coming to you. Exhale, breathe out. Think that all negative energy is going from away from you. Normal breath. Now we'll purify water. We are doing some rituals here. So first we purify this water. Om Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalesmin Sannidhim Kuru. Now we purify the flowers. Om Pushpe Pushpe Mahapushpe Supushpe Pushpa Sambhave Pushpa Chayav Kirne cha Om Hum Fat Swaha. Fruits. Purifying the fruits. Om Ya Fali Nirya Afala Apushpayascha Pushpini Brahaspati Prasustastan No Munchatvam Hasa Tat Sarvam Paramatmane Samarpitam Astu. Now we invoke the divine power in our left side, right side, back side, upper, down, all around us. So the you just think we are invoking the divine power, divine energy, cosmic energy all around us. Om Vame Gurubhyo Namaha Dakshine Ganeshaya Namaha Prashte Kshetrapalebhyo Namaha Adho Anantaya Namaha Urdhve Brahmane Namaha Om Agre Ganeshadi Panchadevatabhyo Namaha Om Gam Ganpataye Namaha Om Vrim 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 Durga Devyai Namaha Om Vrim Vrim Suryaya Namaha Om Narayanaya Namaha Om Hom Shivaya Namaha. Now we have, because in our Vedic tradition, if we perform any rituals, so before rituals, we do the plays. So now we are doing plays. So in this place, we chant. So on this particular day, on this particular month, on this particular place, we are performing this. So, oh God, please bless us. Om Vishnu, Om Tat Sat, Adya Chaitra Mase, Krishna Pakshe, Navami Titho, Bhomavasare, Shravana Nakshatre, Makara Rashi Sthite, Vartamane Chandra, Shesheshu Graheshu, Yatha Yatham Rashi Sthan Sthiteshu, Mesha Rashi Sthita Bhaskare, Vartan Kshetre, Karuna Mandire, Shri Guru Pithe, Amerika Deshe, भृगुगोत्रस्य स्वामी गुरुशरणनंद स्वामी सर्वात्मानंदगिरि अद्य वयं
अस्माकं सर्वेषाम् आश्रमवासिनां साधकसाधिकानां शिष्यवर्गाणां भक्तानाम् अनुरागिणां प्रतिनिधिं भूत्वा तेषां गृहदोषनिवारणार्थं आत्मोपलब्धिप्राप्त्यर्थं गुरुप्रसादप्रीत्यर्थं विश्वकल्याणार्थं एवं स्वर्गीय स्वामी शुद्धात्मानन्दस्य षोडशी अवसरे गणेशादि पंचदेवता पूजापूर्वकं विशेषगुरु पूजापूर्वकं ब्रह्महवन कर्मं करिष्ये। अयम् आरंभ शुभाय भवतु, संकल्पितार्थं कर्मणि सिद्धिरस्तु। ओम स्वस्ति, ओम स्वस्ति, ओम स्वस्ति।
To well-being for all, we are performing this ritual today. Now we chant peace invocation mantra. Om Bhadram Karnebi Shrunayam Deva Bhadram Pashyimakshabhiryajatra Sthirairange Sustivaham Swastanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Om Swasti na Indro Vradrishavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha स्वस्ति नस्ताक्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति. The simple meaning is, let me hear auspicious always, and we see always good, we hear always good, we speak always loving, softly. So this is the simple meaning. Now, we do the purify this place. ओम अपसर्पन्तु ते भूता ये भूता भूमि संस्थिता ये भूता विघ्नकर्तार ते नश्यन्तु शिवाज्ञया उत्तिष्ठन्तु भूतगणा सर्वे तु भूमिपालका भूतानाम् अविरोधेन पूजा कर्म समारभे. ओम सहस्रार हुम फट स्वाहा. Now we do the कलश स्थापना, घट स्थापना. We purify the pot. ओम आम कुंभ इवाम्बस्तो जीर्णमाण सदा घट योगा नलिन संदया घट शुद्धिम समाचरेत. We pour the Ganga water, holy water, this pot. ओम गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी जलेस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु. So the meaning is, let the water of holy river Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Narmada, Saraswati, Sindhu and Kaveri be there in this pot. Now mango leaves on the pot which stuck. ऊर्ध्वमूलम् अधःशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृता तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवाला अधश्च मूलानि अनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके. We put the coconut. ओम या फली निर्या अफला अपुष्पा याश्च पुष्पिणी बृहस्पति प्रसुस्तास्तानु मुञ्चत्वं हसा
तत्सर्वं परमात्मने समर्पितम् अस्तु। Now we offer the cloth on the coconut. ब्रह्मस्तब्धपर्यन्तं यस्य रूपादिसंवृतिं तस्य आच्छादनार्थाय वस्त्रेदं प्रददे शुभे कोटितन्तु समायुक्तं कार्पाससूत्रेण विनिर्मितम्. Now we pray. Report. ॐ कलशस्य मुखे विष्णु कंठे रुद्र समाश्रिता मूले त्वयस्थितो ब्रह्मा मध्ये मातृगणा स्मृता कुक्षो तु सागरा सर्वे सप्तदीपा वसुंधरा ऋग्वेद यजुर्वेद सामवेद अथर्वण अंगेश्च सहिता सर्वे कलशन्तुं समाश्रिता अत्र गायत्री सावित्री शांति पुष्टिकरी तथा सरित सागर शैलास्तीर्थानि जलदानद आयान्तु मम शान्त्यर्थं दुरितक्षयकारका देवदानव संवादे मध्यमाने महोदधो उत्पन्नोऽसि तथा कुम्भ विद्रतो विष्णुनाथ स्वयं त्वयत्तोये सर्वतीर्थानि देवा सर्व त्वयि स्थिता त्वयि तिष्ठन्ति भूतानि त्वयि प्राणा प्रतिष्ठिता शिवः स्वयं त्वमेवासि विष्णुस्त्वं च प्रजापतिः आदित्या वसवो रुद्रा विश्वे देवा सपेत्रका त्वयि तिष्ठन्ति सर्वेऽपि यतः कामफलप्रदः तत्प्रसादात् इमं यज्ञं कर्तुमीहे जलोद्भव सानिध्यं कुरु मे देव प्रसन्नो भव सर्वदा प्रसन्नो भव सर्वदा.
On this part, we invoke 5 principal deity. According to our Vedic culture, we have 5 principal deity. Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha represents our prosperity, material prosperity and spiritual prosperity both. And Divine Mother. Divine Mother represents our energy, our life force, and solar energy. Solar energy also cause of our digestion. And Lord Narayana, who is creator, who is sustainer in this, and Lord Shiva, who is destroyer of our all negative tendencies. So we invoke them and we worship them. First, we worship Lord Ganesha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye अत्रागच्छ 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 इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह सन्निरुद्धस्य इह सन्निरुद्धे अस्माकं पूजाग्रहणस्थां स्थिं स्थिरो भव यावत् त्वं पूजयिष्यामि तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव. ओम गम गणपते सिद्धिकामाये नमः. ओम गम गणपते पादयोपाद्यं समर्पयामि. हस्त्योर्घ्यं समर्पयामि. मुखम आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि. ओम गम गणपतये सचंदन पुष्पं समर्पयामि. ओम गम गणपतये धूपं दुर्वांकुरं समर्पयामि. ओम गम गणपतये धूपम आग्रापयामि. दीपं संदर्शयामि. नैवेद्यं नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि.
नैवेद्यान्ते आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि। ध्यायामि ततो नमस्करोमि। We, with folded hand, we pray to Lord Ganesha, meditate and pray. खर्वं स्थूलतनुं गजेन्द्रवदनं लम्बोदरं सुन्दरं प्रस्यन्दन्मदगन्धलुब्धमधुप व्यालोलगण्डस्थलं दन्ताघातविदारितारिरुधिरे सिन्दूरशोभाकरं वन्दे शैलसुतासुतं गणपतिं सिद्धिं प्रदं कामदम्। वक्रतुंड महाकाय कोटि सूर्य समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। So we pray to Lord Ganesha that we are performing this ritual, special ritual for Shuddhatmanandaji, so that all obstacles will go away. Now, Divine Mother Durga, we invoke Divine Mother Durga, this part. Om Vrim 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 Durga Devyai Namaha. Om Vrim 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 Durga Devi Atragaccha 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 Ihatishta 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 Iha Sanniruddhasya Iha Sanniruddhe Asmakam Puja Granastang Ting Stiro Bhava Yavattam Puja Ishyami Tavattam Suisthira Bhava. Om Vrim 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 Durga Devi पादयोपाद्यं समर्पयामि हस्त्योरर्घ्यं समर्पयामि मुखम आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि सचंदन पुष्पं समर्पयामि धूपम आग्रापयामि दीपं संदर्शयामि नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि ध्यायामि ततो नमस्करोमि. Meditate on Divine Mother Durga and pray. सिंहस्था शशिशेखरामर्कत प्रख्यश्चतुर्भिर्भुजे शङ्खं चक्रधनुशरांश्च ददति नेत्रैस्त्रिभिः शोभिता आमुक्ताङ्गदहारकङ्कणरणत् काञ्चीरणन्नूपुरा दुर्गा दुर्गतिहारिणी भवतु नो रत्नोलसत्कुण्डला. नमो देव्ये महादेव्ये शिवाय सततं नमः. नमः प्रकृते भद्राय नेता प्रणता स्मताम्. ओम ह्रीं 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 दुर्गा देव्ये चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः. Now, solar energy, sun god, we invoke the sun god. Om Vrim Vrim Suryaya Sarvaroga Vinashakamaaya Namaha. Om Vrim Vrim Suryaya Atragaccha 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 Ihatishta 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 Iha Sanniruddhasya Iha Sanniruddhe Asmakam Puja Granastang Sting Stiro Bhava Yavatvam Puja Ishyami Tavatvam Suistiro Bhava. Om Vrim Vrim Suryaya Namaha. Padayopadyam Samarpayami Hastyorarghyam Samarpayami Mukham Achmaniyam Jalam Samarpayami सचंदन पुष्पम समर्पयामि. धूपम आग्रापयामि. दीपं संदर्शयामि। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। ध्यायामि ततो नमस्करोमि। Meditate on Lord Sun God and pray. रक्ताम्बुजासनमशेषगुणैकसिन्धुं भानुं समस्तजगताम् अधिपं भजामि। पद्मद्वय अभयवरान् ददतं कराब्जै माणिक्यमौलिम् अरुणाङ्गरुचिं त्रिनेत्रम्। जवाकुसुमसङ्काशं काश्यपेयं महाद्युतिं ध्वन्तारि सर्वपापघ्नं प्रणतोऽस्मि दिवाकर। ॐ ह्रीं ह्रीं सूर्याय सर्वरोगविनाशकामाय नमः। Now, Narayana, Lord Narayana, who is sustainer. ॐ नारायणाय नमः। ॐ नारायणाय। ॐ नारायण अत्रागच्छ 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 इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह सन्निरुद्धस्य इह सन्निरुद्धे अस्माकं पूजाग्रहणस्थानं स्थिरो भव। यावत् त्वं पूजयिष्यामि तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव। ॐ नारायणाय पादयोपाद्यं समर्पयामि। हस्त्योरर्घ्यं समर्पयामि। मुखमाचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि। सचन्दन पुष्पं समर्पयामि। धूपम् आग्रापयामि। दीपं संदर्शयामि। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यान्ते आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि। ध्यायामि ततो नमस्करोमि। Now we meditate on Lord Narayana. ध्येय सदा सवित्रमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायण सरिसजासन सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् कनककुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारे हिरण्यवयवपुरधृत शङ्खचक्र। नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय स्थितिकामाय नमः। Now, Lord Shiva, we invoke the Lord Shiva. ॐ ह्रौं शिवाय मोक्षकामाय नमः। ॐ ह्रौं शिवाय अत्रागच्छ 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 इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह सन्निरुद्धस्य इह सन्निरुद्धे अस्माकं पूजाग्रहणस्थानं स्थिरो भव। यावत् त्वं पूजयिष्यामि तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव। ॐ ह्रौं मोक्षकामाय ॐ ह्रौं शिवाय मोक्षकामाय नमः। ॐ ह्रौं शिवाय पादयोपाद्यं समर्पयामि। हस्त्योरर्घ्यं समर्पयामि। मुखम् आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि। सचन्दन पुष्पं समर्पयामि। धूपम् आग्रापयामि। दीपं संदर्शयामि। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। ध्यायामि ततो नमस्करोमि।
meditate on Lord Shiva. ध्याये नित्यं महेशं रजतगिरिनिभं चारुचन्द्रावतंसं रत्नकल्पोज्ज्वलाङ्गपरशुमृगवराभीतिहस्तं प्रसन्नं पद्मासीनं समन्तात् स्तुतम् अमरगणे व्याघ्रं कृतिं वसानं विश्ववन्द्य विश्वबीजं निखिलभयहरं पञ्चवक्त्रं त्रिनेत्रम्। ओम नमः शिवाय शांताय कारणत्रय हेतवे निवेदयामि च आत्मानं त्वं गति परमेश्वर। माता मे पार्वती देवी पिता देवो महेश्वर बांधवा शिव भक्तश्च स्वदेशो भुवनत्रयम्। ओम ओम शिवाय नमः। Now we invoke our Guru preceptors. ओम गुरवे नमः। ओम परम गुरवे नमः। ओम परापर गुरवे नमः। ओम परमेष्टि गुरवे नमः। ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम गुरुभ्यो अत्रागच्छ 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 इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह सन्निरुद्धस्य इह सन्निरुद्धे अस्माकं पूजाग्रहणस्तं स्थिरो भव यावत् त्वं पूजयिष्यामि तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव। ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। पादयो पाद्यं समर्पयामि हस्त्योरर्घ्यं समर्पयामि मुखम आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि सचंदन पुष्पम समर्पयामि। धूपम धूपम आघ्रापयामि। दीपम संदर्शयामि। ओम गुरुभ्यो नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यन्ते आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि। ओम गुरुभ्यो सर्वाभावे अक्षतान् समर्पयामि। ध्यायामि ततो नमस्करोमि। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरोपदं मंत्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं
मोक्षमूलं गुरो कृपा न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं मम शासनतः शिवशासनतः शिवशासनतः ॐ गुं गुरुभ्यो नमः प्रीतभव वरदभव सर्वकर्माणि साधय साधय स्वाहा. Now we worship, invoke 9 planets, because 9 planets are cause of our all result of action. Whatever we are doing, any action we are doing, so according to the planets, we get the result. So we invoke them, let they also please and bless us. Om Adityadi Navagrahebhyo Namaha. Om Adityadi Navagrah अत्रागच्छ 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 इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह तिष्ठ इह सन्निरुद्धस्य इह सन्निरुद्धे अस्माकं पूजागणस्तां स्थिरो भव यावत् त्वं पूजयिष्यामि तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव. ॐ आदित्यादिनवग्रहेभ्यो पादयोपाद्यं समर्पयामि हस्त्योरर्घ्यं समर्पयामि मुखमाचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि सचन्दन पुष्पं समर्पयामि. धूपमाघ्रापयामि दीपं सन्दर्शयामि नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यान्ते आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि ध्यायामि ततो नमस्करोमि. We pray to all 9 planets. Let them bless us. ब्रह्मा मुरारी स्त्रिपुरान्तकारी भानु शशि भूमिसुतो बुधश्च गुरुश्च शुक्र शनि राहु केतव सर्वे ग्रहाः शान्तिकरा भवन्तु. ओम आदित्यादि नवग्रहेभ्यो नमः. ओम आदित्यादि नवग्रह प्रीतभव वरदव सर्वकर्माणि साधय साधय स्वाहा. So we did the simple special worship. Now we are going to perform fire ceremony, special fire ceremony.
So there is beautiful song, Paramahansa Yoganandaji's song. She is preparing. Let me sing the song. So do thou, my love. I do not know. So do thou, my Lord. So do thou, my Lord. Thou and I never apart. Thou and I never apart. Wave of the sea dissolve in the sea. Wave of the sea dissolve in the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. Make me the sea, oh make me the sea. Make me the sea, oh make me the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. So do thou, my Lord. So do thou, my Lord. Thou and I never apart. Thou and I never apart. Wave of the sea dissolve in the sea. Wave of the sea dissolve in the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. Make me the sea, oh make me the sea. Make me the sea, oh make me the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. I am the bubble, make me the sea. So do thou, my Lord. So do thou, my Lord. So do thou, my Lord. There is a, I prepared it. उसके नीचे रखिए वो बना के you found? So we invoke the fire in this 5 feet. Om Agna A Yahi Jivitaye Grunano Havyadataye Nihota Satsivarhishi Swaha Om Agni Mile Purohitam Yagyasa Devamritijam Hotaram Ratnaghatanvam Om Agnim Prajwalitam Vande Jatavedam Hutashanam Suvarna Varnamamalam Samiddham Vishwato Mukham Om Pavakanamagne Avayami Atra Gacha Atra Gacha Atra Gacha Ihatishta 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 Yasa Niruddhasa Yasa Niruddhe Asmakam Puja Granastang Sting Stiro Bhava Yavatam Puja Ishami Tavatvam Sustiro Bhava Om Pavakanamagne Sarvopachararthe Gandhakshat Pushpani Samarpayami. Now we offer oblation into fire with following mantras with butter ghee. मेल्ट करना है.
ओम पावक नाम अग्नये आज्य रूपेण आसनम स्वाहा.
So we first offer the seed to fire.
ओम पावक नाम अग्नये आज्य रूपेण.
साइड साइड में दो, इतना ऊपर तक मत लगाओ. जोड़ा. So just like if some guest come in our house, so we welcome them, he or she, and after that we offer some water, some fruits. We offer the seed for seeding, then ask them for some water or juice or everything. So just like we are doing here. Okay.
ओम पावक नाम अग्नये आज्य रूपेण आसनम स्वाहा.
साइड में देना.
ओम पावक नाम अग्नये आज्य रूपेण पाद्यासनम स्वाहा. ओम पावक नाम अग्नये आज्य रूपेण हस्त्यो अर्घ्यम स्वाहा. ओम पावक नाम अग्नये गंधक्षत पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि. ओम पावक नाम अग्नये धूपम आघ्रापयामि. ओम पावक नाम अग्नये दीपम संदर्शयामि. दीपान्ते आचमनीयं सदा.
घी घी घी.
ओम पावक नाम अग्नये आज्य रूपेण नैवेद्यं स्वाहा. ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा. ओम अपानाय स्वाहा. ओम उदानाय स्वाहा. ओम व्यानाय स्वाहा. ओम समानाय स्वाहा. Now Ajjahoti, oblation with ghee.
Ajja means butter. So we offering oblation. इसको पिघलवा के ले आओ जब तक एक
ओम अग्नये
you want more. So you know that we have 5 pranas, vital life force. Prana, apan, saman, udan, vyan. Beautiful. The prana is a life force. Apan with passing the air like this. And udan is in our heart. So we have in our body we have the place. There the 5 pranas are there in that place.
ओम अग्नये स्वाहा. इदम अग्नये इदम न मम. ॐ सोमाय स्वाहा इदं सोमाय इदं नमः ॐ प्रजापतये स्वाहा इदं प्रजापतये इदं नमः ॐ इन्द्राय स्वाहा इदं इन्द्राय इदं नमः ॐ भूः स्वाहा इदं अग्नये इदं नमः ॐ भुवः स्वाहा इदं वायवे इदं नमः ॐ स्वः स्वाहा इदं सूर्याय इदं नमः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः स्वाहा idam paramajyotishe idam namama. Now we do the oblation. Lord Ganesha. Om, the mantra is Om Gam Ganapate Siddhi Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. 3 times we do the oblation. Om Gam Ganapate Siddhi Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Gam Ganapate Siddhi Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Gam Ganapate Siddhi Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Siddhi means perfection. So, O Lord Ganesha, please give us perfection. We are just praying. Now, Divine Mother, we do the Divine Mother Durga 3 times oblation. The mantra is Om Vrim 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 Durgaya Durgati Nashinne Swaha. Om Vrim 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 Durgaya Durgati Nashinne Swaha. Idam Te Namama. Om Vrim 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 Durgaya Durgati Nashinne Swaha. Idam Te Namama. Om Vrim 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 Durgaya Durgati Nashinne Swaha. Idam Te Namama. Om Durge Durge Rakshini Swaha. Idam Te Namama. Om Aim Saraswatye Vadvad Vagvadinne Mama Jivagre Stira Bhava Sarva Shubhava Shankari Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Aim Saraswatye Sadvidya Sadbuddhi Sanmati Kamaye Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Shrim Lakshmi Devye Aishwarya Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Shri Om Krim 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 Kalika Svim 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 Svitkarine Sarva Shatrum Nashaya Nashaya Sarva Vignam Chedaya Chedaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Kalikaya Vidmahe Shmashanvasinne Dhimahi Tanno Ghore Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Now Sun God. Om Rim Rim Suryaya Sarvaroga Vinashakamaaya Swaha Idam Te Namama 3 times. Om Rim Rim Suryaya Sarvaroga Vinashakamaaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Rim Suryaya Sarvaroga Vinashakamaaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Narayana. Om Narayanaaya Sthiti Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Narayanaaya Sthiti Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Narayanaaya Sthiti Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Klim Radhakantaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rang Ramaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rang Hanumate Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Ram Lakshman Bharata Shatrugna Sita Deve Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Vishnave Swaha Idam Te Namama. Lord Shiva 3 times. Om Hom Shivaya Moksha Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Hom Shivaya Moksha Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Hom Shivaya Moksha Kamaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Jagannath Temple. No? Om Vishwanataya Swaha Idam Te Namama. ॐ नारायणाय स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ गं गणपतये स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ जगन्नाथाय स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ सुभद्रादेव्ये स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ बलभद्राय स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ सुदर्शनाय स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ काकभुषुण्डिदेवाय स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ विमलादेव्ये स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ एकादशीदेव्ये स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ गोपालाय स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ लक्ष्मीदेव्ये स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ भुवनेश्वरीदेव्ये स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। ॐ नृसिंहदेवाय स्वाहा इदं तेन मम। Om. Now we have our divine mother cows here, beautiful cows, maybe you know that. So we do the oblation for them 3 times. Om Shri Surabhye Namah Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Shri Surabhye Namah Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Shri Surabhye Namah Swaha Idam Te Namama. Now Brahma Gayatri mantra will chant 3 times. We do the oblation. Those who know, they can chant with me. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Deve Idam Namama. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Deve Idam Namama. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Deve Idam Namama. Because today we are doing the special Guru Puja, so we do the oblation with this mantras to Guru 11 times. The mantra is Guru Gayatri mantra. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha. 11 times. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Guru Devaya Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat Swaha Idam Te Namama. Now we offer the oblation to Lord Shiva. So with Mahamrityunjaya mantra, the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Nrityor Mukshya Mamritat. If you know, you can chant, otherwise you just listen. 7 times we do the oblation. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swa Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swa Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swa Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swa Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swa Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swa Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swa Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama. Now we do the oblation, special oblation to our all the Guru preceptors. Om Gurave Swaha Idam Te Namama Om Paramagurave Swaha Idam Te Namama Om Parapara Gurave Swaha Idam Te Namama Om Parameshti Gurave Swaha Idam Te Namama Om Jagat Gurave Swaha Idam Te Namama Om Atma Gurave Swaha Idam Te Namama Om Vishwa Gurave Swaha Idam Te Namama. Now we do the oblation, the 9 planets with their consoles. Om Rim Rim Suryaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Matangi Devyai Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Aim Klim Somaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Kamala Devye Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Hum Shrim Mangalaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Bagalamukhi Devye Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Aim Strim Shrim Budhaya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Tripura Sundari Devye Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Klim Hum Bruhaspataye Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Tara Devyai Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Shrim Sukraya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Bhuvaneshwari Devyai Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Aim Rim Shrim Shaneshwaraya Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Krim Dakshina Kalika Devyai Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Aim Rim Rahave Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Chinnamasta Devyai Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Aim Ketave Swaha Idam Te Namama. Om Rim Dhumamati Devye Swaha इदं ते नमः। ओम आदित्यादि नवग्रह प्रीतभव वरदव वरदभव सर्वकर्माणि साधय साधय स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। Now we do the oblation 10 direction. ओम इंद्रादि दश दिग्पाल गणेभ्य स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। 16 divine mothers. ओम गौर्यादि षोडश मात्रकाभ्य स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम वास्तु पुरुषाय स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम तक्षकादि नागकुलेभ्य स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम पद्मादि अष्टनागकुल पत्नीभ्य स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम ग्राम देवताभ्य स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम कुलदेवताभ्यो स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम ह्रीं बटुकाय आप दुग्धारणाय कुरुकुर्बटुकाय ह्रीं ओम स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। Now we'll do the oblation, special oblation for liberation to our divine beloved mother, Shuddhatmanandaji's divine soul. So 10 times I do the chant the mantra. इहलोक परित्यज्य ब्रह्मलोकं व्रजेत स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। 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 इहलोक परित्यज 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 ब्रह्मलोकं व्रजेत स्वाहा idam te namama. So we pray to divine soul that leave this earth and go the abode of Lord. Because 16 days the soul is moving in this earth, not liberated. पूजित देवता पूजित ओम पूजित देवताय स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम अपूजित देवताय स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम परब्रह्मणे स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। ओम ह्रीं पराशक्तये स्वाहा इदं ते नमः। So our oblation is done. I didn't understand. Pujita, done. Now we Srishtikrat home. We offer sweet Vajura. Just like after having food, we take some dessert. So we offer sweet oblation to holy fire. Okay. Om Yadasya karmano atyaricham yadya nunamiha agnishtastas svishtakrata vidyat sarvam shishtam suhutam karotu me Agnaye शिष्टकृते सुहुताहुते सर्व प्रायश्चित्ताहुतीनां कामानां समर्दयित्रे सर्वान् कामान् समर्ध्य स्वाहा इदम् अग्नये शिष्टकृते इदं नमः. ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा इदम् अग्ने इदं न मम ॐ अपानाय स्वाहा इदं वायवे इदं न मम इदम् अग्ने इदं न मम ॐ समानाय स्वाहा इदम् अग्ने इदं न मम ॐ उदानाय स्वाहा इदम् अग्ने इदं न मम ॐ व्यानाय स्वाहा इदम् अग्ने इदं न मम. Now we'll do Purnahuti, final oblation. The final oblation, we offer coconut and ghee into the fire. So we can stand up. Okay. ॐ पूर्णादर्वीस् परापत सुपूर्णा पुनरापत वस्नेव विकृणावहायषमुर्जगुं शतक्रतो स्वाहा. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ पूर्णहोमं यशसे जुहोमि. स्वाहा. यो अस्मे जुहोति वरस्मे ददाति वरं वृणे यशसा भामि लोके स्वाहा. ॐ सर्ववै पूर्णगुं स्वाहा. वसुधारा. ॐ वसो पवित्रमसि शतधारं वसो पवित्रमसि सहस्रधारं देवस्त्वा सविता पुनातु वसो पवित्रेण शतधारेण सुप्वा कामदुक्ष स्वाहा. Now please sit down. धूप दीप आरती. So we are offering incense stick to all deities. ॐ वनस्पतिरसोद्भूतो गन्धाढ्यो गन्ध उत्तमः आग्रेय सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम्. ॐ भूर्भुवस्व आवाहित सर्वदेवी देवताभ्यो धूपम् आग्रापयामि. दीपम्. ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रस्थयसाहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे स मे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु. कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः. ॐ भूर्भुवस्व आवाहित सर्वदेवी देवताभ्यो दीपं सन्दर्शयामि. नैवेद्यम. So one more time we offer all the food for all the deities. ॐ शर्कराघृतसंयुक्तं मधुरं स्वादु च उत्तमम् उपहारसमायुक्तं नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृह्यताम्. अमृततुल्य नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि आवाहित सर्वदेवी देवताभ्यो अमृततुल्य नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा पानाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा उदानाय स्वाहा व्यानाय स्वाहा नैवेद्यांत्याचमनिम् ओम अमृतोपस्रणमसि स्वाहा ओम अमृतापिधानमसि स्वाहा. We just offer sandalwood paste kumkum to Divine Mother Shuddhatmanandaji and do the arati. Now we do the arati. Okay. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युत् भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्नि तमेव भान्तम् अनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वविदं विभाति कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं तदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः सर्व आवाहित सर्वदेवी देवताभ्यो निरांजनम समर्पयामि. Now we have the Pushpanjali. We offer the flowers.
So you all have flower. So flower is a represent our heart. So this is a very symbolical. That flower have 5 qualities. Flower have fragrance, flower have beauty, flower have sweetness. So like this. So let our heart and mind will be like a flower. So we are offering just symbolical flower, but we are offering to Lord our heart and mind with love and devotion. ॐ यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवास्तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन्न तेहनाकं महिमान सचन्त्र यत्र पूर्वे साध्या सन्ति देवाः नानासुगन्धिपुष्पाणि यथा कालोद्भवानि च पुष्पाञ्जलिर्मया दत्तो गृहाण परमेश्वरी ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् सर्वमङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते ॐ आदित्याय विद्महे सहस्रकिरणाय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्य प्रचोदयात् ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् ॐ गुरुदेवाय विद्महे परब्रह्मणे धीमहि तन्नो गुरु प्रचोदयात् ॐ ब्रह्मा मुरारी त्रिपुरान्तकारी भानुर्शशी भूमिसुतो बुधश्च गुरुश्च शुक्र शनि राहु केतव सर्वे गृहाः शान्तिकरा भवन्तु ॐ आवाहित सर्वदेवताभ्यो नमः एतत् मन्त्रपुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि नारायणायेति समर्पयामि श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Now we bow down to Lord. ॐ नमोऽस्तुनन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षिशिरोरुबाहवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमामि सद्गुरुं शान्तं प्रत्यक्षं शिवरूपिणं शिरसा योगपीठस्थमुक्तिकामार्थसिद्धये आवाहित सर्वदेवी देवता चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः।
अग्नि निर्वापन। For our rituals, we invoke the fire, holy fire. Now our ritual is done. So now we are we have to send back to fire that place. So where there is a fire source, we sending fire. ॐ मङ्गलं सौभाग्यम् आरोग्यं रिद्धिं सिद्धिं कामाय पावकनाम अग्नये त्वं समुद्र गच्छ वृत्तिं तं शीतला भव. So, O fire, you go back to your source and cool this earth. If the fire is here, so will not survive. Everywhere is fire, everywhere is more warm, so we can't survive. We cannot survive. So that is why we invoke for our purpose, and then we said that you can go back to your source. Bhasma dharanam. So this is the holy ash. We take on holy ash from this fire pit, and we put this holy ash on our forehead, because this holy ash observes the energy of the fire ceremony of all the mantras. Because of smoke, take back there. बाद में करना. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्ते अस्तु त्रयायुषम्. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्ते अस्तु त्रायुषम्. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्ते अस्तु त्रायुषम्. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्ते अस्तु त्रायुषम्. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्तो अस्तु त्रायुषम्. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्ते अस्तु त्रायुषम्. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्ते अस्तु त्रायुषम्. ॐ कस्य पश्य त्रायुषं जमदग्ने त्रायुषं यद्देवानां त्रायुषं तत्ते अस्तु त्रायुषम्. As the says Kashyapa says Jamadagni, and the deity had 3 stages of the childhood, teenage and youth. So you also have same childhood, youth and teenage. So may you get complete life. Let there be no ultimately death. So this is the meaning we are putting in our forehead this. So all got that? So all have the ash on the forehead? Very good. Now, with folded hand, we'll ask for forgiveness. If we did some mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, mentally or physically, so we'll ask for forgiveness to Lord and Masters. Om Ajnanat yadi vamohat pratyavetaddvareshu yat Sangam bhavatu tatsarvam harinamaanukirtanat Om priyatam pundarikaksha sarva yajneshwaro harihi Tasmin tuste jagattustam prinite prinitam bhavet आवाहनं न जानामि नैव जानामि तवार्चनं पूजा चैव न जानामि क्षमस्व परमेश्वर मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वर यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव प्रसीद परमेश्वर यस्मृता च नामोक्ता तपो यज्ञक्रियादिषु न्यूनं सम्पूर्णतां यादि सद्यो वन्दे तमच्युतं प्रमादात् कुरुतां कर्म प्रत्यवेदाध्वरेषु यत् तत्सर्वं प्रत्यवेदाध्वरेषु यत् तत्सर्वं प्रमृतां देव प्रसीद परमेश्वर प्रसीद परमेश्वर. So the meaning is, oh God, I do not know how to invite you, how to worship, and I do not know how to know formal ritual mantras, meditation, or prayer. So I'm your child, please forgive me. We just did this prayer. Visarjana. 1 minute. We send back all the deities, we invoke them. Om Gaccha Gaccha Surasreshta Swasthane Parmeshwara Yatra Brahmadaya Deva Tatra Gaccha Hutashana Yantu Devagana Sarve Puja Madaya Mamakim Ishtakama Samardartha Punaragamanaya Cha Punaragamanaya Cha. Last. We offer the holy water. We sprinkle holy water to all of you. Om Mahavamadeva Rishi Agni Devata Gayatri Shanda Shanti Karmani Viniyogaha. Om Dyo Shanti Antarikshagam Shanti Prathivi Shantir Apah Shantir Aushadhayah Shantir Vanaspatayah Shantir Vishve Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Tama Shanti Shantiredi Om Chorabhaya Shanti, Rajabhaya Shanti, Grahadosha Shanti, Sarvaroga Shanti, Sarvapapa Shanti, Sarva Arishtasu Shantir Bhavatu. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. So our ritual is finished now.
How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. The Lord has promised good to me. His words my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun.
This is the obituary that was written for Swami Shuddhatmananda. Swami Shuddhatmananda left her mortal body on April 7, 2025, at the Temple of Compassion, Burton, Texas ashram under hospice care after battling colon cancer. Born Penny Caroline Bokoff on September 22, 1959, in Wellsburg, Iowa, to Albert Bokoff and Lorraine Bokoff, she lived in the United States as well as Japan and Germany as her father served in the Army. She graduated at the age of 17 from high school from Wellsburg High School, where she was an all-state in basketball, softball, band, and track, placing 10th in the state in the half mile. The day after graduation, she joined the Marines, and she served as an E3 Lance Corporal, playing clarinet in the Marine Band. After receiving an honorable discharge, she attended Texas A&I University in Kingsville, playing basketball and running track. She graduated summa cum laude with a BBA in electronic data processing. While in Texas, she met her future husband, John Thomas Hendricks, and she was married on March 27, 1983. Penny and Tom shared 31 happy years together, living in South Texas and the Belton, Texas area, where together they published poetry books, with Tom writing the poems and Penny doing the artwork and the publishing. Tom passed away in 2014 in Belton, Texas, with Penny by his side. Penny's professional career as a senior programmer analyst spanned decades, working for many companies, but ultimately led to her to become a founder partner of Legisim in 2009, where she was instrumental as a software and database architect, doing implementation, integration, and marketing to create programs that are now in use globally. Penny served as the Bell County Libertarian Party founder and chairman in 2001 and was a Libertarian Party candidate for the state representative in 2008. In 2003, Penny began her Kriya Yoga meditation journey by being initiated into the Kriya Yoga practice, which she so deeply loved. When Tom passed away in 2014, Penny opened another chapter of her life and began serving and started to search for the new ashram in Texas. In 2016, she found this property that became the Temple of Compassion, inaugurated in July 2016, serving as a monastery and Kriya Yoga ashram open to all. She joined the monastic life as Seva Moyi and later Swami Shuddhatmanandaji, which means bliss of a pure soul. Swamiji was a founding rock of our Texas ashram and served as a powerful, glorious force, which resulted in this spiritual haven in nature with pastures, ponds, and meditation halls so lovingly built with devotion. She will long be remembered as the head of the Divine Mother Cow Team, where she taught others how to lovingly care for the cows that she herself helped birth and raise. Swamiji also made time to serve the community she adored as secretary, vice president, and lastly, president of the Latcham Wesley Greenvine Volunteer Fire Department. She was active in the Latcham community, and she will be greatly missed by all of her friends she held so dear as family. She wrote and published a book during her last months of life, fulfilling her desire to bring together her love of Kriya Yoga and the Tao Te Ching. This book is called The Tao Te Ching in the Light of Kriya Yoga. Penny is predeceased by her parents and her sister Patty. She leaves behind her sister Diane Chisholm of Avenger, Texas, and her brother Steve Keene of Iowa, along with extended family in Iowa and her work family at Legisim she so deeply cherished. Rest in peace, Swamiji. Your tireless service to others and all of God's creation has earned you the respect and admiration of all who knew you. Thank you.
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. I bow at the lotus feet of our Kriya Yoga masters, Sri Guruji. I bow to Swami Shuddhatmanandaji. I have really no words for you and to speak about you something. Your absence created a big gap for all of us, for the institution, for the organization. We miss you a lot, Ma. The first time I saw you in Balasram in 2015, when I saw you, I was thinking, because while serving the food, you were sitting with Sri Guruji and other guests in Balasram Nursery building. I was observing you and looking at your smiling face and thinking, who is this mother? So second time we meet in Amarkantak, India. We have an ashram there. There we share a room with Shuddhatmanandaji and myself and you. Most of the time, after our Kriya session, we were coming to our room and you were sharing your chocolate chips and searching the plots for this place. And you showed us 2-3 properties for a mother's ashram in Texas. Finally, you told us this is the place. If Guruji grants this, then we'll get this property. When our program finished, our retreat finished in Amarkantak, we reached at Balighai Ashram, and I heard that this property is already purchased, and Guruji was telling us about this property briefly. And the miracle is, when we second time meet in same place, Amarkantak Ashram, again we heard a new property that is 14 acres beside our greenhouse, and another property near the fire station. So it is a miracle, the same place, same ashram, you are searching for the property and we are getting this property, and it is also in April. The first one, this property when we got it, it was in April. So the work you have done here, nobody can imagine, nobody can believe, nobody has words to describe your contribution, your commitment, your devotion. Ma, we learn a lot from you. Whenever we stay with you, whenever we get your company, many things we learn from you. And once you told me that the person who works in different areas has more experience. And I saw you are the one in this organization who is fully skilled, 100% skillful sevika, a monk and a devotee or disciple. Again, I am paying my homage. Really, I have no languages, no words for telling about you, to tell about you. One experience I just want to say, the last breath you are taking, it was Thursday at 12 o'clock. So last time you spoke to Swami Shuddhanandaji, Swami Shuddhanand Baba with conscious, when you are really conscious. But the last time I saw, silently you are speaking, it was Friday, it was Saturday night, and after Guruji's video call, Swami Sampunananda was sitting there, we all were there. You are indicating 2-3 times to me to call Sampunananda. So I called Sampunananda, Ma, please can you come and tell her something? She is asking something. So Sampunananda just told her that Guruji is so happy, you fulfilled his all wishes, what he wanted here, and one drop of tear came from your eyes. That is the last consciousness of your body and mind. After that, you are completely silent and in divine peace. I bow to you. We miss you a lot, Ma. Please bless me, bless all of us. Thank you.
I bow to God. I bow to God. I bow to the masters, and I bow to all of you. Thank you for coming, and good morning. When I think of Swami Shuddhatmanandaji. I think of the Bible verse in 2 Timothy. I fought a good fight. I ran my course. I kept the faith. Shuddhatmanandaji, she was multi-talented. She made stained glass overlays over her windows in Avenger. She could sew. She could do carpentry. She even built our ashram kitchen. She could climb up on the roof and do work. And she drew the blueprint for the cabins that are on this property. She had time value. She was always on time and she never wasted time. She was disciplined and she was very strict. And I attribute this discipline and this strictness to when she was in the military herself and also coming up in a military family. But I did get to see the fun-loving side of her when I had a privilege to drive her to Avenger. And she couldn't drive because she was under doctor's care at that time, and she couldn't journey alone. And I took her there. And on the dais, you can see these stands here, trimmed in gold. She made those herself. I also had the privilege of making breakfast for her when she was taking food. She was just so grateful for any little thing you did for her. Even if you gave her a glass of water, she was so grateful, so thankful. She loved animals, but one time she told me when she was in college, she wanted to be a veterinarian. So she had the opportunity to go to the veterinary hospital to watch a surgery. Well, that desire didn't last long because she passed out. There's a saying by the late martial artist Bruce Lee. He said, "Be like water, my friend. Water is formless, but if you put it in a cup, it takes the shape of the cup. Water can flow or water can crash." So when you say to be like water, it means that you can adapt to any given situation at any time. Shuddhatmanandaji was like that. She had a profound, and she left a profound impact on this ashram, and her physical presence will be missed. Thank you, Shuddhatmanandaji, for all you've done for us.
गुरु माता गुरु पिता गुरु मति गुरु गति, बिना गुरु न में ज्ञान, बिना गुरु न में स्थिति. I bow to one God who is formless, omnipresent. I bow to all the saints and sages of all times and places. I bow to the lineage of Priyaga masters. I bow to my beloved Gurudev, Baba Hariharanandaji, Shri Guruji. I bow to my beloved elder sister as a Swami Shuddhatmanandaji. And I bow to each one of you present here. So when I arrived in 2022 in TOC, so I was struck by Swami Shuddhatmanandaji's unique character, like a coconut, strict and disciplined on outside, yet nurturing, loving, and tremendously devoted on inside. Her unwavering commitment to the ashram served a powerful source of inspiration. So I got inspiration for her a lot.
I vividly remember a moment in February during her chemotherapy treatment. She was very tired when she came back from chemotherapy. She was very tired and face are looking just reddish face, but her face was very peaceful, tired but peaceful. So in February during her chemotherapy treatment, when she came, she was very tired, and I inquired if she had paid for her trip to India, because we plan to go to India. So only her shared that her doctor had advised against traveling. So she was feeling very sad that I will not go, I can't go, doctor saying you can't go. So at that moment, I offered to take copies of her books to the Amarkantak ashram. And she was joyful at the suggestion. She was telling, oh, it is good if you take some copies of my books. So Guruji will inaugurate there my books. Then we shared reflection on Shri Gurudev and Shri Guruji. And with a gentle smile, she revealed that she felt she had completed her work and prepared to leave her physical form at any time, any moment. She told me, I'm ready to go in any time. I've completed my all works. So the following evening brought a shift. She told me that Shri Guruji had encouraged her to travel and that her doctor had given the green light. So this is a miracle, like. It was with great anticipation that we set off for India on February 21st, arriving in Puri on 23rd. So despite the physical challenges she faced, her mental patience was nothing short of inspiring. And during our trek to Kapiladhara, the Amarkantak is a historical place, beautiful place. River Narmada's beginning point in India. So during our trek to Kapiladhara in Amarkantak, she moved with grace and peace, full of joy with every step. She was tired, but she was enjoying. And upon returning to TOC, Temple of Compassion, I noticed a disturbing change on March 11. I noticed that she had stopped consuming food. While she endured unbearable pain lying down, her face remained divine, peaceful. Her mind deeply immersed in the presence of the masters and the super consciousness, always. And according to our Vedic culture, we followed some ritual, Divine Mother's 9 days rituals. So we followed the 9 days rituals. So throughout, we call Navaratri. So throughout Navaratri, I found she felt joy in offering some flowers to Divine Mother because she loves Divine Mother. So she touched some flowers, which we were then presented to Divine Mother, because she was not able to come out from bed. So she was there and feeling her with bliss. She was feeling so blissful when we offered the flowers. She was feeling so blissful, and she told me, "Thank you so much. You offered the flowers on behalf of me, the Divine Mother." So One day, I remember that one day Swami Sampurnanandaji and I sat with her, and I was reciting some mantras at her bedside. So I saw her struggling to open her eyes, attempting to lift her right hand as if she had something vital to communicate, yet lacking strength. So, and she managed to raise her hand slightly, indicating discomfort on her right side. Then later we learned from the nurse that she was experiencing pain in her right ear. So we didn't understand that time. And then what happened then on the afternoon, on April 7th, Swami Avyaktanandaji, Swami Guru Sharananandaji, and I gathered in her room and softly chanting the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. An inspiring thought crossed my mind. How wonderful it would be for her to listen to the Bhagavad Gita in Sri Guruji's voice as she took the last breath of her life at any moment. So I played the recording for her. And she listened quietly, very peacefully, quietly. However, just a few moments later, her medical power of attorney, Cynthia Ma, is sitting back in front of my there. So Cynthia Ma entered to give medicine. After pausing for a moment, I returned to my room for a short period. I had some work, so I was thinking, okay, let me finish the work, and in a few minutes, I will go back and sit in her room with her. So I was astonished. Just within just 15 minutes, I received the heartbreaking news from Susan Ma that Swami Shuddhatmanandaji had drawn her last breath at 2022. So this movement pierced our hearts. She was not just a resident, but our cherished elder sister. One day she just opened her eyes and looking at me and telling, who is my past life sister, just smiling. So however, I offer my tribute to the loss of our beloved Swami Shuddhatmanandaji, who devoted her life to selfless service, to an intense spiritual practice, serving as an eternal source of inspiration. And one day she gifted me a photo frame with profound quote, "There is no greater penance than living in peace." This quote resonated with her room, serving as a testament to how she lived her life honestly. She embodied that penance with deep love and devotion. I bow to her and extend my heartfelt homage. Thank you.
I bow to the masters, I bow to Swami Shuddhatmanandaji, and I bow to all of you. Shuddhatmanandaji had so many great qualities and virtues, but I think the one that stood out the most for me was her devotion to Guruji. Here in the West, we have an expression when somebody that you trust and love tells you to jump, you say, how high? And that's exactly what Shuddhatmanandaji was in her relationship to Guruji. When he said he wanted to open an ashram here in Texas, she went out and apprenticed herself at a farm so she would know how to farm, how to take care of the cows, how to take care of the property. When she actually went out and found the property, and she found it a year earlier than Guruji had anticipated. In the first year that she was here, she was pretty much by herself with Leslie Ma, who's now Lasamai, and a number of local Kriyavans and some of the neighbors. And they did all the work at the time. She put in the gardens, she took care of the cows, she did all the repairs on the houses, and she was just amazing with her versatility and what she could do, and what she did to make the ashram livable for those who came later. And when Guruji said he wanted to open a wellness center here, she did all the research on what herbs that we could grow, how to grow them, how to process them, and how to market them, what, the dosage, proper dosages and pricing and everything. She did everything herself. And that was on top of all the work that she was doing just to maintain and run the ashram. I was here for a bit the first year it opened, and she was amazing. She was sleeping like 3 hours a night because all day long she was taking care of the ashram. And then at night she would she was still involved with her own software company at the time, and she was trying to learn Sanskrit and do a bunch of other things that Guruji had asked her to do. She was amazing. And she did so many projects here around the ashram. And I remember, like the gazebos, the bathing ghat, resurfacing the pond, putting in the greenhouses. It's just, the list is endless. It goes on and on and on. And we were discussing a project once, and we talked about the funding. Well, where is the funding going to come from? And she was funding a lot of it herself. And she didn't consider it her money. She said it was Guruji's money, and she was the caretaker of his money. And that sort of, to me, summed up her relationship with him. Just like total surrender, whatever he wanted to do, she would do it for him. All he needed to do was ask. And she was such, her devotion and just her gratitude and her love and her faith was such an inspiration, not only for me, but I think for all of us, whose life she touched. And she's going to be sorely missed. Thank you. You next.
Thank you all for being here. I want to share a few memories that I have with Swamiji. So the first time I came to live here at this ashram, it was in March of 2017. And as was mentioned, there wasn't many residents. So for a long time, it was just the two of us. At that time, Swamiji went by the name Sevamai. So Sevamaima and we had to do everything basically. And the way we figured out our morning routine was that one of us would take care of the cows and the other one would make breakfast. So I had been there maybe like a week and a half. I was very new, and I'm a city girl, so I don't know much about cows and cattle, and it's all very new to me, farm life. And so we were getting ready to do our morning routine. She was upstairs in her room. It was her day to do breakfast, and it was my day to take care of the cows. So the way the house is, the back door, it's a glass door, a glass sliding door, and I had put on my gear and I was getting ready to go out to meet our 2 cows at the time. Now we're up to 15. And I'm about to open the sliding glass door. And just as I'm about to do that, I see that one of Cisco's big black bulls had come onto our house property in our backyard and was between me and the gate. And I panicked. I froze. I did a no cattle and I was like, here's a bull. And I was just standing there very fearful. And I just thought, I'm doomed. Like, this is it. This is it. And she came down the stairs, saw me standing there, and she's like, what happened? And I was like, well, there's a big black bull standing outside. And she just quietly went out the front door. She went to the tool room. She grabbed a big crowbar. She went around the house. She approached the bull in such a way, it ran away. It ran off into the next pasture. And then she came back, put the crowbar back, came back into the house, didn't even say a word, and started making breakfast. And I was like, okay, I'm in good hands. We're gonna be okay. And I always felt when she was on the property, whenever she was in the house, I felt like anything could happen and like she was gonna take care, like I could count on her. And another story that comes to mind is when towards the end of her treatment, it was last November, December, I had the opportunity to drive her to her chemotherapy. And many times we would leave early in the morning when it was still dark. And I remember one morning we got in the car and the front glass fogged up. And she said to me, do you know why it fogs up? And I said, no. And she said, it's because the outside temperature is cooler than the inside temperature. So we press the button and it cooled down. And she had a lot of general knowledge. Like she could explain things in a very detailed way. And so she said to me, there's a lot of things an old lady like me can teach you. And it became this running joke. And whenever we went on our outings like that, she would again explain random things that, I just always took for granted. And she would make the same joke. And then okay, so oh no. Okay, so on the so I don't think I can finish.
Yes, it's okay. Yes.
So I'm gonna fast forward it because it's gonna be hard to finish. But on, I was in the room when she took her last breath. And then just the thought that came to my mind was, there's a lot of things an old lady like me can teach you. And I laughed, it was like a joyful celebration. And I was grateful she gave me that opportunity to be there.
I had the privilege and the opportunity to know Swami Shuddhatmanandaji right from the inception of this beautiful ashram when she was still Penima. So right from then until recently, where I had an opportunity to see her on video, even though I was in India when she left her body, but I got to talk to her and speak to her from India. We are sitting in this facility, which was a barn, and this beautiful facility, which was a barn and so rough, was transformed by her into what it is right now. And that was the beginning, because this is the original meditation hall. So there is literally nothing that she could put her hands on and transform it and make it into something very beautiful. And this entire ashram is a tribute to her. And as everybody has said, she'll be very, very, very missed. And we started missing her as early as like yesterday. I just came here a couple of days ago, and we're trying to figure things out. And sure enough, we were saying, where is Shuddhatmananda? We need to ask her. In terms of asking, what she has done is literally unparalleled in terms of when you compare it to any other ashram, in terms of how organized she is. Everything has been documented, photographed as to where what is. Everything is so disciplined. She is a perfectionist to the core. Whether it is a simple plumbing issue, whether it's fixing the garden or taking care of the cows, perfectionist to the core. And so our masters are the epitome of role models for us in terms of what we want to achieve and get to their status. And I think Swami Shuddhatmananda, formerly Penima, has gotten very close to what they have wanted to achieve. And and she has set the bar for all the mothers here at the Texas Ashram, and for all the mothers who are going to come to Texas Ashram, in terms of what a woman can achieve. And as I said a few days ago, at the pond that she lovingly restored and brought together, our masters say that it is important for a man to develop women's qualities like love, compassion, kindness, and for a woman to develop qualities of a man, strength, capability, decisiveness, and many such qualities. And I think she epitomizes that balance of perfection in both. And that is something I think all of us should aspire to get to a state like her. And there's one more thing that I said, that I think she will literally put to shame all of the residents, both women and men also, in terms of what she achieved and what she could accomplish. And then that is true. I can literally speak for it from my experience working with her, because when this ashram was purchased, it was just me and her. When we were here for the first time, is the first winter, and naturally we don't know the systems here. and right under the flagpole is the main control valve for the water system. And guess what? It froze, broke, and it's freezing. Plus it started raining, and both of us, and the box is covered in ants, literally, and these fire ants. And in that freezing rain, both of us are sitting there trying to fix this frozen line, because if not for that, there's no water for the whole property. And she's not like a person that says, go do it. Just order somebody and pass it on, right? She's sitting right there with me and working with me. It is just amazing, an amazing individual. I've learned a lot from her, and I humbly pray to God and gurus to take her on this peaceful onward journey. And we have a lot to learn from her. I humbly bow down to her. Thank you. Thank you all.
I was blessed to know Swamiji for 6 years. And there's a lot of things I liked about her. I've been writing this speech for months, and every day I change it because I can't capture it. She was such an amazing person, complicated, simple, and beautiful, but I'm going to do my best. One of the things that struck me about her was externally, she was like a disciplined warrior, but on the inside, she was like Divine Mother Mary. And before I came to the ashram, I even had a dream about where I went up to the ashram steps, and she was sitting on the steps, and she just looked just like Divine Mother Mary with the thing over her head and her hands praying, and it was her in my dream. So much love, so much compassion. Another thing that struck me about her is her vision. She saw the big things that people talked about. She saw what needed to be done with structures. She saw a need for additional structures, and she built the Sadhana, and she changed up the whole pond. But the other thing that really impressed me was she was so keenly aware of the small things. We would be walking quickly doing our work, and she'd stop because there was a caterpillar in harm's way because it was crossing the sidewalk, and she'd lean down and gently pick it up and put it in a safe spot. We were always rescuing bugs, and I loved it about her. She saw the beauty everywhere. She saw it in the fungi on the sides of the trees. I saw it when I went through her pictures after she was gone. She had thousands of pictures of single flowers and a whole field of flowers, and the algae and the frogs and the insects on the barbed wire. She saw everything when she went past, big things, microscopic things, and it was beautiful how she captured everything. I've never met anyone like her. Everyone knows she was punctual, and she was organized and clean, but she took it to a whole different level. When we took care of the cows, we put up the tools and the halters and the ropes every day. She handmade the ropes, a lot of them. She washed them and she hung them up inside because she didn't want the elements to wear them out quickly. She had hammers, tools, shovels were all cleaned off the same day they were used and put up. So she was so organized and efficient. I learned a lot about time usage. If we were in the pasture every day, we'd do similar tasks. She'd say, if you have just for 5 minutes, take a couple handfuls of weeds. So to address the weed problems in the pastures, just 5 minutes or 1 minute every day, and it will add up. She goes, if you had 15 minutes, you could weed the cattle guard, or at least start the cattle guard, or pick up limbs under the trees so the cows would have shelter in the summer. So it's like things like before breakfast, it was 15 minutes before breakfast. Instead of going to sit down and wait for breakfast, she said, we have 15 minutes on our hands. What should we do? And that's how we lived every day, every moment. And we had so many tasks because she looked at every 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. It was absolutely amazing. And she prepped everything the night before. I could tell what we were going to do the next day because she'd have it prepped on her front porch. All the stuff that was ready, all the plumbing stuff, everything was ready on her porch. She was so organized. But one of the things she told me that was important too is for the first year we were here, we worked all the time and did lots of seva. And I love doing selfless service more than I particularly love meditating. And she told me to do seva with love, but don't neglect my meditation and don't neglect spiritual studies. And so she really taught me moderation and balance. Yes. She didn't have that many things in her room, but one of the things she had was this plaque. It said, lovest thou me, feed my sheep. And she lived every moment. And I was one of these sheep. I was a ratty looking one that followed her around. I was one of those sheep. You were one of those sheep. Everyone was one of those sheep. She served everybody. She was going to feed everyone spiritually, physically, in every way. And it wasn't just the humans, it was the cats that came on the property that we rescued together and took to be adopted. It was the stray dogs that got on the property that we took to the shelter or found homes. It was the donkey in the wintertime when we were worried that it didn't have food during the ice storm and we went back there. It was the goldfish in the pond. We had a particularly heavy rain, and so we were rushing out there to save the goldfish from being swept out of the pond. So she was there picking up the goldfish and throwing them back in, and then later built a barrier so the goldfish wouldn't be swept out. The turtles, the frogs, we found a bunch of turtles a couple months ago, and we relocated them to the pond, and we went to the pet store and got them everything a turtle would need. So it was just so much attention. She fed the sheep by creating a place where Gurudev's children could heal, meditate, and thrive. She saw a need for the sadhana mandir, and she funded it, built it, and set it up. And it wasn't just the big stuff, the fundamental projects like the electrical, the septic, the plumbing. She fed the sheep on a smaller level, like she saw a need in the women's lodge for shelving and shelves to put up next to the bunk bed so they could put their cell phones up, or where they could put their clothes or hang things. She saw the minute details, and then she would you wouldn't see her during the programs. People wouldn't even know she did all that because she was always in the background. She was always working. And so all these guests would show up and not even particularly realize that she'd done all this stuff and then was gone. She was humble and never said anything about it. And I realized how many people she fed because every time we'd go to Quick Copy or HEB, the grocery store, or Home Depot, people would stop us and not just smile and say hello. They would talk to us for 10 minutes. And she knew their names, she knew their stories, their spouses, their kids. She made a deep connection with people. And it was amazing. And then in the last months, people would come by to see her as she was dying. So I got to even see more because they thanked her for the impact she made in their life. So I never knew this stuff because she never talked about it. Some of the people already shared some of the incidents, but some of the things that I won't forget, when we had storms in the middle of the night, she told me it was our responsibility and our duty to protect the cows, especially during storms, winter storms, lightning storms. If there was a lightning storm and it was unexpected, and maybe the less dominant cows would get pushed out in the storm, the alpha cows would push them out into the cold or the storms. And she said it's our job to protect the cows. So we would go out in storms to make sure all the cows had shelter. And it got to be and she never asked me to do anything. I would just follow her. And so sometimes I would hear her shoes. She'd go out the door in the middle of the night. I'd hear her on her porch and I'd follow her and go out and help. And it wasn't just the storms, maybe the water was rising and she needed to redo a trench. I saw her fight off bulls. A bull was in our property attacking our bull and was enraged. And she got herself really big and she pushed the bull back with her energy. I was terrified. I was by the truck. She pushed the bull back on the other side with her own energy. I saw her, we were taking one of the cows to the vet and we had to load him in the pasture and it was difficult to get in and out. So she did a setup where the cows were going to get out. So she was running in a fluid motion, jumped on the back of the truck, ran across the back of the truck, jumped over the top of the hood of the truck, the cab of the truck, and then the door was closed, and then she slid in the door, went in the driver's seat and pulled off and screeched it out of there without the cows getting out. She was remarkable. The small things, when she planted trees, she would bow to the tree and say, "Be happy, be healthy." And when she was dying, maybe 10 days before she was dying, the hospice nurse came out and said, "Do you get out very much?" And she goes, "No, I really don't get out much," because she hadn't been out in the last maybe 3 days. And then Cynthia said, "Well, really, she went to India for a couple of weeks, about 10 days ago." And she was shocked. I mean, she went to India when she was sick. And then the hospice nurse told her to take it easy. And maybe a couple of days, maybe it was a week before she died, I could hear her at night in her room moving furniture. You could hear it slide on the floor. And she was up the last week. She was ironing her shirt that was going to be wearing for her burial. So she was organized. She took care of all the details. And she was an amazing person. It was one of the biggest blessings in my life to have known her. And I'll cherish that memory forever. And if I could even do 1% of what she did, I'll be so happy. Thank you.
I met Swamiji in Miami when they were redoing the kitchen long ago. And we were standing next to each other, organizing silverware. I didn't know then that we would work together on so many projects. I came when I was a teacher on many weekends. And this was before I live here now. And at the very beginning, we worked on the dome, which we called Milarepa because we could never get it right and would have to take it down and put it back up and take it down and put it back up many, many times. Irrigation lines, the tiny houses, the greenhouses, many, many different different kinds of things. And one thing that I really noticed is that she never made me feel like I knew less than her, which for her is a feat, right? Because she knew a lot. And somehow when I was working with her, she always made me feel more like I knew more than I did. And that alone allowed me to do whatever I've done here. And her confidence in me and her faith in me that I could do it allowed me to do it. She's brilliant and sharp, and it's wonderful to bounce ideas off of her. I'm going to miss that. Really, I'm going to miss that. It's she was so creative. Her way of communication, logical. If she didn't like something, we just assess it from there. No need for emotional turmoil. One time, she tied extension cords in these braids, and I don't know if anyone knew how to get them out. I didn't know how to undo them. It's a special way of tying the extension cords. There's still one tied like that today, actually. So I might leave it like that just because I still haven't figured it out how to do it. And she purchased a punching bag one time. It's still in the equipment barn. And I got to use it, and I liked it, so she bought me some gloves. The other day, I was in there punching it, and I swear she was at the door. I could feel her watching me, and like my mother, I asked her for some pointers. I'm sure they came, but I might not have been listening. At the end of her life, she was so giving and so generous. And she placed her hand on my head and she blessed me. And I don't say that out of ego. I just say that to show you how giving she was. So loving and so kind. What an ideal. She did so much for all of us in this place. And we wouldn't be halfway along if it wasn't for her. I'm grateful, and she really wanted us to come together, to work together, to forgive one another, to not to fight. Really, I believe that this is what she wants, and so may we work together with love and peace in our hearts and honor this great person. Thank you.
We're going to be hearing from our Guruji, so I'm going to turn off the TOC camera. If people want to gather here.
Turn the video on. Yeah, this is what I did, but it is not showing up. You connect this where? Yes, the host here is coordinated video for everyone. Have you? Did you connect this webcam to? Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Zoom automatically takes it. HP, wide vision camera. Let's see this one. Is it okay? Yeah, this one. So, yeah, it's good. Let's move this a little. Let's stop. But they will see files. That's good. That's good. You also. Okay.
We can see you on Zoom. We just can't see you yet on YouTube. Second.
Okay. Audio is on. So audio is on from our side. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. During these special days, I bow to Mother Mary and Jesus. I bow to my beloved Gurudev and all the masters. On this special day, I bow to Swami Shuddhatmanandaji. I bow to all of you who are present in the Temple of Compassion to pay their homage to Swami Shuddhatmanandaji. And I am also praying for Shuddhatmanandaji and praying to Shuddhatmanandaji. Praying for Shuddhatmanandaji that God and Gurudev are taking care of her and she is happily returning. Let her journey go further. Praying to her to bless each and everyone to be inspired and motivated on the path of sadhana and seva. Swami Shuddhatmanandaji was one of the few mother monks, those who are in our lineage, in our monastic family. And as we know, she left her body on 7th April in Temple of Compassion in Texas, USA. To me, among very handful, few devoted, sincere, hard-working, and at the same time pursuing one's own spiritual practice. She is one. To speak on her is quite difficult. He came to the path of Kriya in the year 2003, soon after Sri Gurudev's Mahasamadhi. Although she had a military background, born in a military family, had military training, she had her tenderness, discipline,
hard working, devoted, and committed. We all have come and we all have to go one day. I think, to me, those who are on spiritual path, they know life is like a bubble in water. When it will burst, who can tell? She was such a healthy, hard-working, and dynamic person who knew that she will be suffering from this health issue. And God has His design to take her back soon. When her health was deteriorating, and finally the doctor said, the days are very, very limited, counted. Although she had booked her ticket to come to India last February, she was thinking to cancel the ticket. It was also a good opportunity for me, although I don't carry any telephone, I don't have any direct internet accessibility. So from Balighai, we talked to her and I told her, can you not come? And she changed her mind. One who was thinking to cancel the ticket, with her communication, she upgraded her ticket. And she came to India. The doctor has already told the first sign will be stop of going to toilet. So no more one. She came to India, came to Balighai. She was really happy to be present there in Balighai programs, then going to Guru Mandir. When she came to Amarkantak, for 3 days, I think she didn't have Masa. And Amarkantak ashram is in a very solitary, secluded place. Nearest hospital and other facilities are quite large. Every day, it was really a prayer for her. Again, she had motion and she took whatever food she used to take. And she could walk. She could walk up hills with her walking stick, although there was difficulty, but she was walking. And even there is a beautiful Shivalinga. It's quite huge, many tons. So she went up and doing Abhisheka herself. And the last day while leaving the ashram in Amarkantak, and there are 2 buses for the residents to come to Raipur. It was a long journey. She came by bus. Buses, I was sharing half. So first half I was with her in the same bus, asking, how are you? And she managed all these strenuous journey. Another thing to tell, she long ago requested me to write a book on teachings of Tao, Chinese philosopher. Have so less time. It was few months ago, maybe in September. In September, I told her, you had the wish that I should write the book. It is really difficult for me. Why can't you write? Can you imagine? He took this word and she wrote. It was end of September, this conversation. So she wrote the book, sent the manuscript to me to go through some part of it. And she got this book printed, published, and she carried the book to Amarkantak. And it was so nice to see that in her presence, the book was released. It's a beautiful book. Tao Te Ching in the Light of Kriya Yoga. It's a beautiful gift she left behind each one of us to see. From this book, one can feel that what her thought was. And it was also during her last days. She, you all heard from presidents, those who spoke of her contribution and her sincere service at Temple of Compassion. And it was last September when we were there. There was the discussion about the neighboring property, which might be on sale the next year. And we expressed the desire that it will be nice to get their property. And she took us. She, me and Sampurnanji, she drove without the knowledge of the neighbors. They didn't live there. So we went to the property and saw from outside of the house and all these things and came back. The one among the property owners telephoned. You weren't there because modern technology. She was so apologetic to them, her, feeling that I'm sorry, it came just. And to me, this thought which came during those days, she was in Amarkantak, Sampurnanji was in Amarkantak, both staying up at night because of the time difference and working for, because their property came up for sale. And on the day when her body is going to be cremated, at the same time, the property was purchased. She's no more physically, but spiritually, her contribution, her dedication, her hard work, and as some of you told, and especially who, our Susanna Cow, she said that's how much she has learned from her. She made a list. And somebody told that she has documented everything of this TOC, even the plants, birds, butterfly, caterpillars, everything photograph. When I was asking about how old the oak tree near the kitchen would be, she took the photograph, sent somewhere and got the report that it is 200 some years old, that oak tree. Huh? So it is Shuddhatmanandaji and to tell that she had firm faith in Gurudev, in her lineage, firm faith in Kriya. And let us all be inspired with her life, activities, her dedication, her commitment. I'm grateful to God that although I was not physically present during those last days, but I was able to communicate with her over telephone, talking to her almost during her last days every day, I think. So I could see her during her last hours. I could see her body when it was taken in the property. I could see her funeral. And I saw all of you speaking on her. I pray to God and Gurudev. They are taking care of her. And she is on her divine path. And as she knew that her time is coming, she really stayed in a peaceful, forgiving, loving state. There is a proverb, all well that ends well. And it shows her real divine nature. Although she had physical suffering, but she was spiritually highly elevated. And let God and Gurus bless her. And I'm praying to all of you, those who love her and those who know her, even those who do not have seen her life, especially the life after getting initiated on the path of Kriya from 2003, this 22 years, his devotion, dedication, discipline, her seva, her sacrifice is an ideal and inspiration for all of us. I bow to all of you. I bow to all the friends and others, those who have come from the community, and Cynthia, who is her power of attorney holder for healthcare, those who took care of her during her last days, the members of hospice service. God and Guruji will bless all of you. I bow to all of you. My love to all of you. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. I bow to Shuddhatmanandaji. I pray for her. Om Tat Sat Om. You know, I decided to come here, the hall, instead of speaking there from the room. I can see all of you, and you can also